Am I the a-hole for not letting my girlfriend have sleepovers with her friend? Story: I live with my girlfriend. We live in a 3-bedroom apartment, but only our bedroom has a bed in it. One of the rooms is used as an office for me, and the other is more of a storage room. My girlfriend went out with a friend at the weekend. When they were out, her friend got a message from someone with proof that her boyfriend was cheating on her. They lived together, so she didn't want to go home. My girlfriend told her she could stay with us for the night, but didn't tell me until they'd arrived back. My girlfriend asked if I'd have the sofa for the night so her friend can have the bed. I refused, since I'm not going to be kicked out of my own bed. I told her that her friend can have the sofa, but also that it's only for the night and she can't stay any longer than that. My girlfriend said I was being unfair and her friend should have the bed, but I just said she can have the sofa or stay somewhere else. Am I the a-hole for not giving up my bed? Response 1. NTA. There is no way in hell I would give up my bed. That's your personal space. To me, that's like asking to borrow someone's underwear. You just don't do that. Your girlfriend should have given you a heads up on her friend staying, and she should have discussed before agreeing. I wouldn't want someone just crashing on my couch all the time either, so while I would put a limit on the stay, I think she should be allowed to stay more than one night. But that's just my opinion. Reply 1, this is it. No one sleeps on my bed besides us. There's no way I would let a friend of my husband crash in my bed. Sorry, not gonna happen. Not the a-hole. Reply 2, I agree. I don't want guests in my bedroom, and hell is going to freeze over before a guest kicks me out of my bed. OP's girlfriend is acting weirdly entitled right there. Reply 3, there is a reason why the usual phrase for this kind of thing is, can I crash on your sofa, not get out of your bed? I'm taking that, thanks. Reply 4, absolutely. Years back when my ILs came to visit, they had just moved out of state. They seemed to think they were entitled to our MBR with ensuite bathroom. Note I was 5mo pregnant at the time, which is even more reason why I'd want to sleep in my own bed and be near my own bathroom. They were all shocked Pikachu face when we set them up in the guest bedroom and bathroom off the hallway. We never wanted or expected their bedroom when we visited them. Why would they expect ours? Reply 5. Oh wow. My BFF and her husband are coming to visit, and we're giving them out bedroom and ensuite. But we don't have an actual dedicated guest room, and her knees can't handle the stairs to our home office where our guest bed is. But they aren't expecting us to do that, much less asking. And I'm not pregnant. Response 2. This is one of those situations where you aren't technically wrong, but you need to understand that there are consequences for your behavior. Are you wrong for not wanting to give up your bed? No. But the kind thing to do would be to let the woman have the bed for the night, where I'm sure she and your girlfriend would end up talking about this situation more and figuring out what to do. Are you wrong for not wanting the friend to stay longer than a night? Also, no, and your girlfriend should have warned you she was bringing someone over in a softly emergency situation in the first place. But your girlfriend has as much say in what happens in your home as you do. You don't get to make unilateral decisions any more than she does. Your girlfriend is showing kindness to her friend in a trying time. She expected you would do the same. Instead, you've done the opposite. Be prepared for how this changes her view on you. Mild, you're the a-hole. Reply 1. I'm sad how far I had to scroll down to see this. I'm convinced the vast majority of Reddit doesn't have close friends. Reply 2. Oh, I'm positive of it. The way a lot of people talk about friendships makes it pretty clear that they have a handful of acquaintances and don't realize it. Also, the people saying that the friend should just stay at a hotel. What? She wants to stay with her friend. Who cares about her? Plus, hotels are expensive as hell. Reply 3. This right here, if my friend found out her husband, all my BFs are married, was cheating on her, my husband would not only sleep on the couch, but he'd remake the bed, pop out for a bottle of wine, and let us have a sleepover. I would do the exact same for any of my husband's friends in the same scenario. Although they probably would get drunk playing guitar and pass out on the couch together instead of watching Legally Blonde in bed. Laugh out loud. Reply 4. When my boyfriend and I broke up, it wasn't a great situation. I stayed with my best friend for 3 nights, then slept at my cousin's for a week. It wasn't just about having social and emotional support during a horrible time. It was also about feeling safe while our life together was dismantled. How partners respond during times like this show their true character. Is he technically in the wrong? I guess not, but someone who can't make a sacrifice for a friend during a time of need isn't a person I would want to forge a life with either. Reply 5. Right? Who treats people this way? When my best girlfriend visited me in my small house, she got the bed and I took the air mattress in the office. That's how you show someone that you respect and care for them. Response 3. Partial a-hole. You're not the a-hole. For wanting to sleep in your own bed, your girlfriend's friend should be glad you're letting her stay. You're the a-hole for saying she can only stay one night. Obviously, she is very important to your girlfriend, and it is very difficult and scary having no place to stay. If she has no other place to go, you should at least put a roof over her head. But I agree, she doesn't need your bed. Reply 1. Why should I not be able to stay? It's only for one night. Should I just not get a say in who is staying in my apartment? She has family and other friends, and she's capable of staying in a hotel if needed. Reply 2. One night is actually an excellent boundary to draw. If you don't set an expectation at the start, that one night could turn into a week and suddenly you have a roommate. Reply 3. Your apartment or our apartment, because you initially gave the impression your girlfriend lives there too. And disregarding her opinion in what is also her home is going to make her your ex-girlfriend pretty quick. But then, I guess you can have the bed all to yourself. Reply 4. Correct, we both live there, so for us to have guests, we both have to agree to them. If one of us says no, then the guest doesn't stay. Reply 5. It's just that, why is someone who's so important to your girlfriend so unimportant to you? You're so wrapped up in the my apartment fact that you're missing the basic human empathy of helping a friend in a tough situation. Your girlfriend said for the night, there's no need to double down and flex on her like this. Response 4. Guests, especially unexpected ones, don't get to oust you from your bed. It's only for the night, and she can't stay any longer than that. I do think this is a conversation that should have waited until morning, though. In that moment, it's going to sound very cold-hearted to your girlfriend. It'll still sound cold the next day, but at least you'll have time to discuss it. Reply 1. Obviously, the first time they've had guests, though, if there wasn't a sofa bed or blow-up mattress on hand. With 3 bedrooms, most people would have something set up. Reply 2. I want to know why boyfriend has their room and an office, and the 3rd room is storage. Where is girlfriend dedicated space? Reply 3. He never said the storage space was his. The office is probably his because he WFH. It's kind of necessary. Reply 4. Honestly, in my opinion, it was a conversation that should have occurred before OP's girlfriend unilaterally offered their apartment and even their bed to the friend. Reply 5. I do get it though I wouldn't offer them the bed. You go out and midway the night you get proof your friend's partner is cheating. What do? Tell her, hey, I know it is rough, but wait here while I make a call to check if I'm allowed to give you a safe space. If my partner would try that, I'd tell him he can crash somewhere else, sofa, bath, or at a friend's place, but my partner is not making me abandon my friends and still sleeping next to me in bed, and vice versa. Then again, one of the first deals we made is that friends and family members in need take priority over quality time for us together or separately. This has never been in question with us. If one of us just couldn't, then the other took charge. Response 5, YTA, kind of. It always sucks to be caught off guard or by surprise, and in fairness, you were. You weren't expecting to be asked to give up the bed on a whim, but come on dude, a little bit of compassion goes a very long way. There isn't a right way to go about receiving news like that. Your girlfriend's friend has just had her world ripped apart, and your girlfriend was kind enough to offer her a little slice of peace by offering her a place for the night. It would have been a huge support to your girlfriend to be a united front. Sure, it's annoying, but one night on the couch won't do you any harm. Instead, you've probably made the friend feel awkward and a bit of a burden, as well as potentially embarrassing your girlfriend who is only trying to do the kind thing. It's fine that you want it to be a one-night deal, but it seems that you were straight on the defensive with no. Reply 1. The moral of the story is, life happens, but your character is defined by how you react to it when it's not convenient for you. Response 6. YTA. You're also technically correct, and it's fine to set boundaries and to not want to give up your bed or sacrifice for anyone else ever that doesn't give you immediate gain. You can be correct and also an a-hole. You come across as extremely selfish. Reply 1. You hit the nail on the head. OP's post comes off very self-centered and self-important. A little empathy for a human being who is going through some emotional trauma might be called for here. OP's girlfriend is going to take this as a red flag, somewhat deservedly, in my opinion. Reply 2. I feel like I'm reaching a little here, but I keep seeing him say my bed, having to give up his own bed, etc. Is it not his GFS bed too? Can she not invite her friend over to stay in her bed from her point of view? Like they live together. It's their bed. Surely she can make a quick decision to help her friend and offer up their bed for a night. Like, yeah, he's well within his right to be miffed about the situation, but it's their shared apartment. It's not solely up to him. Reply 3. That seems like a double standard, where she can offer their shared bed to someone, but he cannot say he wants to keep sleeping in their bed? Consent works with 2 X yes, and is not there with 1 X no. She cannot offer their shared bed or apartment on a whim without consent. So in other words, it is solely up to him as it is their shared apartment, as it would be solely up to her if she doesn't want someone else to visit or sleep in their bed. Reply 4. It's perfectly fine to set boundaries for yourself, but there's consequences to your actions and your girlfriend might see you differently after this. You're the a-hole. Response 7. YTA, not for wanting to sleep in your bed, but for the we're kicking her out after one night. Can't even join in on your girlfriend's basic empathy for a friend. I wonder if you'd be more generous if the same thing happened to one of your friends. Reply 1. Can't even join in on your girlfriend's basic empathy for a friend. This is the part that gets me. OP is acting like this is some major sacrifice, or like, because it's his bed, he shouldn't have to give it up. No, OP, you don't have to give it up. Your girlfriend was asking if you were willing to give it up for something that was important to her. If you can't make the tiniest of sacrifices against your own interest, I think you might find that other people, your girlfriend perhaps, won't be comfortable with that. Response 8. NTA for the situation, but you're the a-hole for how you handled it. Honestly, it sounds like your girlfriend was trying to care for someone very dear to her, and instead of going, hey, I'm not comfortable giving her the bed, but she can stay on the couch and we'll talk about it tomorrow, is a much better thing to say. You're entirely an a-hole for flat out saying she has to be gone in the morning. It would be different if this was only your place, but if you share rent, then it's a discussion you have to have together as a couple. The way you reacted and the way your post reads gives the impression that you're an uncaring, unempathetic a-hole who can't for a moment extend kindness to someone in need. Response 9. NTA. You shouldn't have to give up your bed. Your girlfriend and her friend can stay up all night on the sofa. Response 10. We live in a 3-bedroom apartment, but only our bedroom has a bed in it. You mentioned 2 sofas in a comment as well. Her friend got a message from someone with proof that her boyfriend was cheating on her. They lived together, so she didn't want to go home. My girlfriend told her she could stay with us for the night, but didn't tell me until they'd arrived back. Perfectly reasonable not wanting to face that immediately. Your girlfriend is offering some empathy to someone in sore need of it. My girlfriend asked if I'd have the sofa for the night so her friend can have the bed. I refused, since I'm not going to be kicked out of my own bed. Reasonable. A bedroom is basically a private space for most people. Some good comparisons for the discussion have gone on elsewhere. Her friend can have the sofa, but also that it's only for the night and she can't stay any longer than that. Weird that the moment you find out you go straight to one night only, when this woman is probably on the verge of tears still and already feeling awful. Here's the thing. When you have friends, occasionally they get bad news with no notice and need some kind of support. When that happens, good friends have their back like your girlfriend is doing. Is having notice nice? Yes, but occasionally things don't work out well. Whether ideal or not, your girlfriend decided to offer her friend a safe refuge to process things. I can't in good conscience call your girlfriend an a-hole for this, because she's trying to take care of someone who needs it right now. Asking for the bedroom isn't really okay, and she should have accepted the sofa, but aside from that, she's not wrong. I've looked through some comments and you appear to have no empathy at all for her situation. I'm not sure how to say that some kind of caring is natural and being cold like you sound isn't right. Everyone sucks here, but mostly you. Your girlfriend shouldn't have pushed the bed angle, which is her only fault here. Considering there's someone in your home clearly distraught and needing some emotional support, you were being an a-hole here. Instead of either offering some help or leaving the two of them to it, you threw down rules about a single night and saying she could leave if she didn't like it. There's a time for laying down rules and there's a time for empathy. You got them wrong. If she'd been there a few days and showed no signs of moving, I could understand it. But this was the same evening she arrived, presumably within the first hour or two. If you've never had to rely on a friend for help during a tough time, then I'm glad you're either okay by yourself or haven't had something that bad happen to you. Might be worth getting an airbed for any future guests you two might have. We've never had anyone need it, but we've kept a comfy-ish airbed aside for if we ever get a call like that. Having a conversation with your partner about future occurrences like this can also help the situation, so both of you are less unclear about boundaries. Response 11. YTA, you need to have compassion. Reddit comments are a cesspool of individualism, and no one owes anyone anything. And how dare anyone expect me to do anything that's not legally required of me? This woman found out her boyfriend cheated on her. She's likely distraught. They live together, she can't go home and doesn't know what to do. Get over your ego and let her have your bed for one night. There is literally no reason not to, unless you have some severe medical condition that prohibits you from sleeping on the couch, but I assume if you did, you would have said so. Am I the a-hole is about who's the AH, and you're acting like a big AH, having zero sympathy for this woman whose life just fell apart. Response 12. Light. You're the a-hole. I don't understand these comments. I'd happily sleep on the sofa if it meant giving my partner's friend a more comfortable night, especially after something so sad. I wouldn't happily do it for more than one night, nor would I commit to her staying much longer after that, but just the one night? Of course I'd do that. I'd give my own buddy the bed if he wanted, and have done on one night where he drunk too much. It's your prerogative to say no to such a request, but saying no makes you're the a-hole. Y'all are all crazy. Response 13. NTA. Your girlfriend could have at least texted you to ask if you were comfortable having a guest. Deciding to kick you out of your own bed is rude as hell. Her friend doesn't want to go home, but she still has one. This isn't even an emergency situation. Response 14. Despite what others say, you're the a-hole. What's with the aggression? She can stay on the sofa, but only for one night. She literally just found out she's being cheated on. Give the girl a minute to catch her breath. Do you owe her anything? No. Would it be a nice thing to do for your girlfriend's friend who is in pain? Yes. Let's hope you are never in the same situation and need a friend to support you. Response 15. NTA. I think it's lovely that your girlfriend wants to be there for her friend, and unless there is any special reason not to, you should be able to offer someone a place to stay for a night when there is an emergency. But your girlfriend lives with you and need to okay stuff like this with you. Offering your bed should be something coming from you if you are okay with that, not something she just assumes will happen. And letting someone stay several nights needs to be a discussion between you two, where both need to be on board. It also seems like the friend has a lot of family and friends to go to, so it feels like your girlfriend wanted to take the opportunity to have a sleepover. Response 16. What I take from this is that you or your girlfriend may not remain compatible. You come over as a my house, my rules kind of guy who doesn't like making accommodations for others, but your girlfriend not so much. Response 17. You're not wrong for not wanting to give up your bed. You stated you have 2 sofas, so let her stay a few nights. Your girlfriend and her friend can sleep, if they sleep, on them. They will probity talk most of the night to try and figure things out and be able to make some plans. I'm not saying let her move in, but have a heart. Give her a little time. Response 18. NTA, because I wouldn't be okay with giving up my bed either. I don't like other people in my bed. It's too intimate in my opinion. Edit. Spelling, because I can't do that, and English isn't my first language. Response 19. Gently, you're the a-hole. Probably your girlfriend wanted to provide support to her friend that has just found out and broke off her relationship. Most likely she didn't want her to feel alone, and they were going to talk or cry over the night, etc. You insisting that she has to sleep alone on the sofa while you and the girlfriend remain together on the bed and at the same time limiting how long her friend can stay is a bit lacking empathy. Are you sharing rent? Do you not see how this is out of the ordinary circumstance? Kicked out of my own bed is a bit extreme way of putting it. Is there a reason why you can't even imagine yourself sleeping on the couch? Reply 1. First off, guests are a 2 yes, 1 no arrangement. I'm not faulting OP's girlfriend for offering her friend a place to stay that night. though I am certainly faulting her for attempting to offer OP's personal private living space. OP's girlfriend circumvented the two yes, one no situation by just not discussing it with O. Up until they were both back at the apartment. One might even consider it an ambush if they had a flair for the dramatic. Meaning OP's girlfriend deprived OP of agency within their own home. A one-night boundary might very well be harsh, but it's no more crafty than not considering how an unexpected guest might impact your SO, and certainly less crafty than attempting to insist that OP gives up their bed. A compromise probably could have been reached, sure, but sincerely the time to do so was before the girlfriend decided to disregard any of OP's desires from offset. Response 20. NTA, kicking you out of your bed shouldn't even have been in the conversation. Her friend can have the sofa or a hotel.